Hello world, haven't done anything in a while, so here's a quick little how-to on doing a wheel cylinder on a four-wheeler. This is an 91 Suzuki quadrunner. Apparently you can get a wheel cylinder from a Geo Metro because they're the same as the Suzuki Swift, the first generation ones, and they will swap in. I did not do that. Apparently the only difference is that the bleeder is a much larger size on the Geo Metros. I ordered these off of Amazon. They came with a Suzuki quadrunner part listing. A trick to get these out, this adjuster, it's a self-adjuster. Once you get the drum off, just sit there, squeeze the handle a few times. You'll see the adjuster come out. It'll be fully extended, and like you see there. The reason why I'm swapping these out, this one is leaking a little bit on this side, and this side of it is totally seized up. Used a hammer to bring them back and forth just to try to ride it around the yard a little bit in the snow, and after I parked it, got back on it the next day, went to move it, and I literally had to be in four-wheel drive, otherwise it would just push the front end. So obviously, take the drum off, take your axle nut off. It just makes things a lot easier to get to. If you're missing this, I'm not. I already loosened these up. Loosen everything up. Loosen everything up before you try to crack the line loose. I am fortunate that this line is not seized. It is coming right out with minimal effort. And yes, you could take the bleeder out of the way to gain access a little bit quicker and easier. Still can't get it by hand. And I'm just using a 10mm on this. I would highly recommend a line wrench, but if you don't have line wrenches, be careful, be gentle, use a 10mm. So now that that's loose, and with these not touched, with the adjuster all the way out, the bolts out, take a screwdriver, and just collapse the cylinder just a little bit. It pops right out. The self-adjuster literally keeps everything in place. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take off this little rubber gasket if yours is still intact. And if it's not, highly recommend getting a replacement. Keeps everything inside of here nice and watertight. Got a little bit of junk on mine. I'm just kind of wiping it off really quick. Grab your new wheel cylinder. I said earlier that the Geo Metro ones had a larger bleeder. As you can see here, this one is a lot thicker than that one. Still a 10mm head. Or I'm sorry, yeah, the new one's a 10mm head. Old one looks like it's about an 8. So maybe these are just being repackaged, repurposed, and not using the dedicated bleeder for four-wheeler purposes. Obviously there's not a whole heck of a lot of room back here, but adjuster's still out all the way. And now we're gonna flip this back in once I get the gasket pushed over. All right, what you're gonna do to pop this back in its spot, you're just gonna collapse the wheel cylinder, force it in on one side, and it'll literally just fall right into place. It has plenty of room with the adjuster all the way out. As you saw, that just moved just a hair. Before you start the wheel cylinder into the backing plate, start the line itself. That way it'll give the chance of the line to move around, get everything centered as needed. Trying to do this one-handed here. Not gonna cooperate, I don't think. So, let's see if I can do this. is now started. Go ahead and put your wrench on there. You can start to tighten that up. Get it almost all the way in 100%. And of course, if the bleeder's in the way, just take the bleeder out. That's snug, or rather almost snug. And now you can tighten everything up. Tight is tight, too tight's broke. Throw your bleeder in. Just snug it up a little bit for now. And then what you're gonna wanna do, take a screwdriver, get into your adjuster, and release it. Everything falls right back into place. And then you throw your drum back on, and take your cap off, fill it up with fluid, and just bleed your brakes. Reassemble, reverse of your removal of everything, and then you're good to go.